At half of the press. Well, my people, me here for drop the real news, news, reviews, everything in a one right this or right there, my people. So all I want to know to do is like up the video, share out the video, subscribe to my channel, my people. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Let's get right into it.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
A blessed good day to you, my wisdom warriors. Wagwan. I'm back again with another video. The Ministry of National Security in Trinidad has confirmed that 11 out of an expected 14 citizens of the Twin Island Republic were deported from the United States and arrived here early Friday. In a statement on Saturday, the ministry said it received advance notice from Immigration and Custom Enforcement ICE in the United States. So my Trinidad people, wanna hear wagwan from Watagwan. My wisdom warriors, Isat Buchanaan posted this on his page saying many Portland residents are wondering why they have no access to running water. This is what is happening in parts of Portland and it's affecting the waterbeds which supplies the citizens of Portland. This is Swift River in the west, but this impacts the entire parish. This has to stop. We cannot continue like this. Time come. My wisdom warriors, take a look at Swift River.
This is the destruction of the river. Again, this used to be a beautiful swimming hole. This is the destruction that is taking place here in Portland at Swift River. Just because of greed and because of the silence of the people that live around there. Nobody speaks out against it. See there? See the tractor and the truck? This is what we're dealing with. We dealt with this in 2018. The Jamaica Environmental Trust came out and they did something. And now this is where we are again.
So my wisdom warriors, that is Swift River. I want to see the way how them a deal with the place. I want to see the way how them a deal with the place. When I see them a do these things, I sell out the place, I sell out the place, you understand? And I believe the people are quiet because they are scared. You understand? They are scared. Them can't talk freely. What can go so? But my people, on the know, say me always go do some digging. So take a look at how the river used to be. Just take a good look. Want to see how Swift River used to be beautiful and nice? Just take a good look. Just take a good look. Just take a good look. But because Andrew Holness love money, he plan to sell out every single thing. Remember, them a place here where the people would go, you understand, cook on the river and keep all party on the river. But my wisdom warriors, and I saw the river look anymore. It is really bad, Just look on the two of them. Just compare the two of them. My wisdom warriors, wanna see that? The river used to look like this. And now the river looking like this now. You tell me. The Jamaica Labour Party is destroying our country. They're destroying our country. Then sell out what they sell out to who they want to sell it out to. And when we go out to any river or any beaches for enjoy ourselves, nothing. No, we're not there. For we go chill. No, man. These people need to go. My wisdom warriors. Time come. We have to vote out the Jamaica Labour Party. Anyway, my people, I want to take a look at this because Jamaica Labour Party say them love Jamaica and they love the people. What a lie them a tell. Look at this.
What kind of thing is after the Prime Minister come at the mountain and Mason come say water go run. As the Prime Minister left and they take down back the water. What kind of thing is
My Jamaican people, when I see this, I said, mighty God, then at this money we have as Prime Minister. Then at this money we have as Prime Minister. Me hear people always say it, you know. Me hear people always say it, say a peer PR them are my wisdom warriors. When it come to going to the different areas them and say them a switch on water and them a give the people them water, them always go back. Them always go back and remove the pipeline them. Me always tell you, say, Andrew Holness and I want good boy. Me always tell you, say, Andrew Holness is not a good boy. Me tell you, a pure PR into my wisdom warriors. Pure PR. But when me see this with my own eye, mighty God of Daniel, how this a money wicked to the Jamaican people, so. This a money wicked and lie. And we still sitting down and accepting this type of behavior. This behavior is unacceptable. And Holness, why you do it? You need to go, brother. You need to go. And what hurt me the most is the way how him just have the police them on his fingertip. And that hurt me the most, my wisdom warriors. You understand me? And them not even think for say, make them help the people. Because enough of them youth they were in the police force. Enough of them, my wisdom warriors, I come from a poor background. Jano, mighty God of Daniel, something need to be done about this Jamaica. Something need to be done about this. Remember, so them plan fit on Jamaica in a republic, you know. We cannot have Andrew Holness as we president. Andrew must go. My wisdom warriors, I go bring you straight in a Portmore right now because I see Terror Tongue a celebrate. I mean, no way I celebrate for, but then just a trick the lab rats them. And the lab rats them fall for it, you know. You see, through them no read with understanding, they not have no sense. Mighty God. Hey, one thing with Jamaica Labour Party, you know, hey, a long time them a trick the labor rights, you know. Long time them a trick them. But I feel open up now. Well, not for the labor right I them open up already, you know. Not for the labor right I them open up already. And you see, to all of the labor right them we go vote for PNP. Me I beg you know. Keep on the mouth shut. You understand? Keep on the mouth shut and just take it. Take it pan election day. You hear me? Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Because you can't trust the labor right them. You cannot trust them. Too much people are lose them life over this politics business. Too much people and the government are going like them no know nothing about this. You understand me? My wisdom warriors, a lot of people are lose them life in politics. But them not do it like how Siaga used to do it back then. You get me? Them a do it with style and pattern. You understand me? So we have to wake up. We have to wake up and be wise. You hear me? Be wise, Jamaica. Labor right me. I want to be wise. Be wise. If you know so I go switch, keep on the mouth shut. Keep on the mouth shut. And just bring it. Bring it in the voting. And vote for PNP. You hear me? Anyway, take a look at this. So Member of Parliament for St. Catherine East Central, Alando Terrelong, has welcomed the move by the Supreme Court to lift an injunction against the government to enforce the Counties and Parishes Amendment Act 2025 to make Portmore the country's 15th parish. You know what's a Terror Tongue a tell lie. From you see the way how he did attack my wisdom warriors. Maybe someone will see the video. You understand? But I did watch a little part of it. But I don't really want to show him over here. So I just tell you now. You understand? I really can't stand him because he is so lie. I don't want no liar over here. You understand? I don't want no liar on my channel. Seriously, running off the mouth. Because I trim with a trim this boy, you know. Terror Tongue, he lie. If you get a trim, Portmore people, you know, if you trim this a boy, you know, sister, this a boy a liar, man. This a boy a liar. My wisdom warriors, I want to take in Fix Jackson. Fix Jackson was on Andre Stevens live, alright? So just hear what Fix Jackson have to say.
Fix Jackson carried it to court with the PNP. Producer played what Fix Jackson said happened in court today.
As a result of a food order today, the government cannot proceed to establish Portmore as a parish. until the procedure prescribed in Section 67 of the Constitution has been complied with, and an order is made under Section 67 of the Constitution. We are also mindful that the EOJ has formally advised the Parliament and the government that the required exercise to make the proposed boundaries comply with the Constitution will take over 1 year. The People's National Party is indeed pleased with this ruling, which underscores the obligation of the JLP government to respect our Constitution and the rule of law. This represents a block to the attempted gerrymandering of the constituency boundaries of Portmore by the JLP government ahead of the general elections due in 6 months. It is important to also note that there are a number of other constitutional breaches in our claim before the court that will be dealt with shortly. This includes the removal of the elected office of the mayor of Portmore, among others, by the Act. It is also very important that persons, including members of Parliament, who make comments about the role of the court regarding legislations by the Parliament, familiarize themselves with the Constitution, particularly Sections 2 and 48. These provisions explicitly authorize the court to strike any laws that are in breach of the Constitution and its supremacy. This is certainly not provisions that persons with autocratic dispositions are comfortable with.
Jamaica, there is a bit of confusion because the government is celebrating. The opposition is saying that the court halted the provisions by the government. Let me bring in Fix Jackson tonight to Jamaica and the other panels to tell us exactly what is happening. Fix Jackson, Alanda Terry Long is saying tonight that it's a win for them because the Justice Sykes today removed the injunction, and as such, they can go ahead and do as is prescribed to get Portmore a parish. Can you really explain today what really happened in the Supreme Court?
First of all, good evening, Andre. Good evening to your team.
Yes, sir.
Good evening to your listeners across the world. I've come to learn myself that your program is not a local one. It's just based locally, but have an international audience. So I want to extend my warm greetings to all your listeners. Yes, the question you asked, Andre, let us try to make it as simple and straightforward as possible. When we went to the court 2 weeks ago, in the claims that were filed, among a number of claims in our submissions, first and foremost amongst them is the constitutional breach that will occur should the law passed in Parliament come into effect, which is, as the law was written and passed,
yes,
if it comes into being, it will establish a parish boundary, that of the new proposed parish of Portmore,
yes,
that cuts across two constituencies that are established in law. All constituencies in Jamaica have defined boundaries and they are legally constituted.
Yes.
And so if the law passed or about to come into force, it would be in breach of a particular section of the Constitution. That is 67, Section 67, that says no constituency should or can straddle two parishes.
Parishes.
So because of the gerrymandering intent of the parish creation, the JLP drew a boundary that cuts off certain communities that predominantly vote PNP. Some in my constituency of South St. Catherine, and some in the neighboring constituency being contested by Raymond Price, the PNP candidate. Now, if that boundary should prevail, a breach would immediately occur. And that is what brought urgency to the matter. Because from what we learned, the government had proceeded to pass the bill in the lower house, in the Senate, and it went ahead and had the GG's assent. And the last step left was for it, the appointed date to be set by the minister for it to come in effect. Now, those 3 steps, the passage in the lower house, the passage in the Senate, and the assent, all of those took place within a period of about 3 weeks.
So the Governor General even signed off on it?
Yes. On the 12th of March, I think it was. And the bill was about the 12th or 15th of March, thereabout.
And then the Senate had it,
The Senate the Senate passed it before. It
went to the GG.
We go to the GG. I made that point to demonstrate the rapid speed
they were going at.
All 3 steps were created within a matter of 2 to 3 weeks. The only one left now is for the minister in charge of the bill to set the appointed date.
Announcement.
Well, not so much announcement.
But the appointment of the date.
Set a date to say, as of such and such a date, this act will come into force. That was all that was left. So the point I'm making, and I want to reemphasize, the government was going at rapid speed. To bring the law into effect. And you will recall that during the debate in the lower house and in the Senate, they never made mention of any constitutional requirement to be met. They closed their eyes to the Constitution. And I say that with certainty because after the bill passed in the lower house, the PNP wrote to the minister in charge of it, Minister Mackenzie, to say, look, Minister, if you even want to really go ahead and create this parish thing, there is a constitutional breach that would occur. Because you can't change, 1, you can't straddle 2 constituencies. 2, you can't change constituency boundaries without following the procedure set out in the Constitution, which require those to be settled at least 2 years before an election. So, Minister, be mindful of this. And even if it passed the House, don't bring it into effect because of these breaches that will occur. Up to today, the minister has not even granted the courtesy of replying to that letter. And that reinforced the point that they were gung-ho in breaching the law. So we went to court. We filed a matter in the court to say, court, look at what is happening. An urgent matter, an urgency is occurring here. The Constitution is about to be breached. And so the lawyers filed what they call an affidavit for urgent hearing, which went under my name on behalf of the team. And the court, as it usually does for urgent matters, convened the sitting within a matter of 3 days last week. Having put the matter before the court and to see what is about to happen, the court said, no. If this becomes law on the surface of it, it will be in breach of the Constitution.
That's what the court said today.
No, that's what the court said back then.
Last week.
Last week. And the court went further and said, but I mean the AG representing the government said, well, you know, Judge, we never really intend to breach the Constitution.
Hey!
We never really intend to bring it into law.
That's what the Attorney General said.
Yes. We never really intend to bring it into law yet and breach the Constitution. And the judge said, well, will you give an undertaking that you will not sign it into law if what you say is true? And they said, well, we can't give that undertaking because we have no such instructions. So the judge said, well, if you can't give an undertaking, well, I am going to issue this order to forbid you from bringing it into law, given that it will breach the Constitution.
That is what the judge said today.
No, that's what the judge, according to today, that's what the judge said last week. And they said, look, Judge, we would like to submit our own argument to support our case. So the judge said, okay, natural justice requires you to make your point. So until you make your point, the court will forbid you from bringing the law into force. Hence, the interim injunction was issued last week. Interim. And the court said, until we hear what you have to say. So we got an interim injunction last week to say everything remain as it is. You can't bring it into force until you come back before the court to make your case. So they came back to court today and they said, well, Judge, we really don't intend to break the law, to break the Constitution. So, Judge, so court, we will give an unequivocal undertaking that we will not bring it into force. So the judge said, okay, now that you're prepared to say that you will not bring it into force, as per instruction from your minister, I will now allow you not to do that unless you until you comply with Section 67, which is the constitutional requirement, to not have any boundary that breaks constituencies in two. So when the gentleman on the other side says they win, what happened today is that an injunction that says you can't bring this into law. They come today and say, Judge, we will do as you wish.
And they had to set them back down.
And we are giving you an undertaking, court, that we will not do it. So the judge said, okay, since you are pledging unequivocally that you will not breach the Constitution, I am so allowing you to go ahead and do what you want to do until you comply with the law, which is really what we said at the beginning. You can't do what you're doing and breach the law. You have to do it in keeping with the law. So the court has upheld our position.
So what I just want to know, Sir Fix, if they came today and said forthwith that they were going to sign it into law, then the injunction would be upheld.
Oh, I wouldn't say an injunction would be upheld. It would be a breach of the law. An order, you know. An order. A court ruling is like law.
Basically, the government has decided that they're not going to continue at this time.
No, they're not going to continue as they were going before because it would be in breach of the Constitution. And so, court, we will wait until whatever changes are made by the electoral office to bring this in conformity with the law.
So you're talking about a 2-year period? Or
roughly. At least, well, you know, bear in mind that the EOJ, not the PNP, not me, the EOJ said in its letter of June 12th, February 12th, to the clerk of the House and the government, that for them to make the changes to comply with Section 67, it will take over 1 year. And you know what is supposed to happen in September.
Oh, yes.
So if what they're going to do will have to take over 1 year, it means that we're going to go into the next election with the boundaries as they are. And what that means is that certain sitting member of parliament would have now become a confirmed loser. Because
Fix Jackson.
if given that the boundaries will not be disrupted, right? Because remember, the genesis of all of this was told to us by Mr. Warmington. He said these boundaries that we have got now and we're putting in place is to make sure that we don't lose certain seats. Well, he is not getting the boundary that he wants going into the next election.
Very long in problem now.
So, well, even if you're a blind man at midnight, you could see that crystal clear.
Raymond giving him a problem over there.
Well, he knows that. And Andre, that's why the fight was so much to even break the breach the Constitution.
Yes.
In order to secure that seat. But another dimension to this action, that Mr. Warmington told us publicly,
yes,
is to create the parish to cut away Portmore from the rest of St. Catherine so that they can stand a chance to control St. Catherine Municipal Corporation.
Yes.
That's where the gerrymandering comes in, where the incumbent government uses its parliamentary authority or majority to create political boundaries, in this case both a parish boundary and constituency boundaries, for their advantage. Mindful too, Andre, that for over 45 years now,
yes,
over 45 years, all political boundaries, be it constituency or divisions, are done by the EOJ, not the political party in office.
My wisdom warriors, so no hear what I want from what I want. So no see say the Jamaica Labour Party just out here tell lie to the people them. Yeah, them out here tell lie. All nationwide the one next one. Hey, they can trick the Jamaican people. Well, I'm not gonna say Jamaican people. They can trick the lab rats them, then take them for fool. Mighty God of Daniel, and they wanna go read. Them wanna go and read just for understand. Jesus, all when me say terror tongue stand up. And I said, good news for the government. Me said, Jesus mercy. Something really wrong with them. We need to vote them out, Jamaica. We need to vote them out. They're too lion thief, man. They're too lion thief. We need to vote them out. We need to vote them out. Them out here make it look like say them win. Everything go in favor for them. And so they make it look, But we will see. We will see. My wisdom warriors, wanna tell me what you think, wanna tell me how you feel about this, put your honest opinion in the comment section, like up the video, share it out, and subscribe to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Big up on a nice clean self. One love.